Good morning. Welcome to March. My name is Ryan Littlestone from forexflow.live. I'm going to again continue on a theme that we're talking about, a couple of pairs, dollar yen and cable. So we're going to start with dollar yen. The moves we've been watching over the last couple of weeks or so. I'm going to look at the daily chart for this one again. And those of you who've been following these videos would have seen that I've got three stages here that I'm looking for the price to break to change around the longer term trend. And versus last week, we've had a break of the first zone, pretty significant really in this context. So that was around the 38.2 fib of the sort of last year's move from March, just after the virus flipping around. So that was around the 106.07 level. We've broken above there. We've gone above the next level, the minor level in the way at 106.60-70 area. It's not a clean break as of yet. This is a continuing thing at this level, but it's a minor level. And if we see the price holding above there, then we're going to potentially push on to the next level, which is that 50 fib you can see on the chart there, around about the 107.15 mark. Now, as I said before, these are stages that I'm looking for to see if we're changing the overall trend, which has been a pretty bearish downtrend. The big key number is still at number 2, which is that 61.8 fib level. That for me is going to be one of the make or breaks for whether we're going to start changing this trend, and that's around the 108 area. That's been a big area when we were coming down. It was a big area after last year. We've seen that as resistance in some periods after the virus moves again. But even going back a bit further, it's been a real solid level and a big level that interacts with the techs as we move around it. So this is a big level. If we get up to that level then and push above that level, then we've really potentially got a proper trend change here. But we still need to clear that third stage, and that's up at the 109, 110 area. If we get up there, then, you know, as I say, this could really be a big trend change, and we could see the price, you know, push on anyway to 115, 120 even. But I'm not someone who likes to give forecasts. So I like to look at and trade, particularly what's in front of me. So we'll take each stage as it comes. But so in this close stage, just looking at the price to stay above this 106.60-70 area, again, is another base that it could form to push on further up to the next stages that we're looking at. That's what I'm looking at for dollar yen. As I say, last week, I've been long this pair all the way down to the 103s, part of it on the reflation trade and part of it on the fact that we're going to see bond yields move, and that's been a big driver behind this. So now I'm going to move on to cable, and we're going to look at the weekly chart here. Again, we've been looking at this for a long while. And we got, again, another big move up last week, and that was all the way up to the 142 area, which was the big zone that I've been looking at for a long while now. We had the 140 zone, which had a lot of options activity there, barriers and so on and so forth there. But it wasn't a big level technically. The big level technically was up at this 142, 144 area. And we've smacked straight into it and come straight back down from it, you know, quite significantly even. We've been down to 139 even. And, you know, that's a pretty big kickback from there. Now, as I've said, a lot of these moves are being driven by bond yields. And we saw, you know, again, another big shift up in US bond yields, well, across all major bond yields. We've seen a shift up last week. We're just a bit uncertain right now whether that was some end of month flows going through, because they've all since reversed late into the week last week, and we're still seeing them a bit dodgy today. But the other thing we need to look at is whether the market is actually shifted now in terms of effects, and whether the dollar is now becoming bid on what we're seeing now on these yield moves. So again, we're not sure whether what we saw last week was end of month. Today being the first day of the month also makes the picture a bit murky as to what's happening with yields, and conversely what's going to happen with the dollar. But we've got these levels to look at now, and we see where the price stops, where the price holds up. For cable at the moment, that's 139, and we'll see whether that again becomes a base and we get another attack at these high levels up towards 140, 142. But that's still the big zone I'm looking at up there. Again, if we break there, we've got every chance of running towards that 150 area. So that's what we've got for this week. And as always, I wish you luck with your trading.